Mankato middle schoolers are doing their part to make their local community cleaner and greener. Aaron Stuvey takes us to Prairie Winds Middle School, where they're reviving the prairie.
For the past 4 years, students at Prairie Winds Middle School have volunteered their time to make their community cleaner and greener. Initially, the conservation crew started with just 4 6th grade students. Now the club has grown into more than 60 students strong, all working to improve their community.
I have a lot of pride. As the advisor, the goal is to give students voice, and their voice around conservation, their voice around understanding their impact on their immediate Prairie Winds community, but larger community.
Each week, the club divides into teams. Some working on sorting through plastics to make them recyclable, others working on collecting tabs to contribute to the Ronald McDonald House, and others work on seeds that will be planted in the school's prairie, which has already seen years of growth from the crew's efforts. The club's advisors say that it's an effort that was created out of a desire to do good and improve their community, and that it's created an enthusiasm that has spread throughout the entire building.
As their passion and their enthusiasm and their true interest in how they can better their community is just really inspiring for the adults in this building. These kids model right behavior, so they are the leaders of tomorrow.
In Mankato, Aaron Stuvey, KUYC News Now.